It's important to understand that the quality of your pictures is affected by the color of the surrounding light and how the camera's electronics process that light. Compensating for varying light conditions is referred to as setting the white balance. Most light looks white to an untrained eye, but it can be composed of a range of different colors. For example, the color of sunlight is different in the daylight, in the shade, or in cloudy conditions. Daylight, for example, is fairly blue and fluorescent light is fairly green. If your camera is set to shoot in daylight, but you're shooting in a setting with fluorescent light, your image will look overly red. Proper camera white balance takes into account the color temperature of a light source, which refers to the relative warmth or coolness of white light. Human eyes are very good at judging what is white under different light sources. However, digital cameras often have great difficulty determining auto white balance, or AWB. Incorrect white balance can create unattractive blue, orange, or even green colors in your photos, which are unrealistic and can be detrimental to your portraits. The white balance scale is expressed in measurements of Kelvin. The higher color temperatures, measured in the area of 5600 Kelvin to 7500 Kelvin, represent situations like a sunlit or cloudy day. These shooting situations have a greater amount of blue tones and a lesser amount of red tones. Lower color temperature situations are measured in the area of 3200 Kelvin down to 1900 Kelvin and are found in lighting situations like standard lighting from a tungsten light bulb or candlelight. These types of shooting situations are found on the lower end of the spectrum and produce a greater amount of red tones and a lesser amount of blue tones. Once you get acquainted with the camera's preset white balance settings, you can try setting your own by using the camera's custom white balance feature. To use this tool effectively, you will want to be familiar with the color temperature that is most effective for your shooting situation. Again, most light looks white to an untrained eye. Setting your white balance will help your pictures have a proper coloring. If natural-looking colors cannot be obtained with the auto white balance, you can set the white balance manually to suit the respective light source. In the basic zone modes, the white balance will be set automatically. Your camera will attempt to automatically determine the white balance when it's set to the auto white balance mode. This is the default setting, but you can get better results by setting a preset white balance or by manually customizing the white balance. Here are some of your options. To access the white balance settings, press the white balance button, and while looking at the LCD, press the cross keys to select the option that matches your lighting situation. We've already covered the AWB setting. In this mode, the camera will automatically set the white balance for you. The next white balance setting is daylight. Daylight is a great setting for taking pictures in the sunlight. This setting is marked with a sun icon. Use the shade setting when you're taking pictures in the shade. It reduces the bluish tones in the picture. This setting is marked by an icon of a house with shade. Use the cloudy setting when taking pictures on days that are overcast. This is marked with a cloud icon. The tungsten light setting is used when taking pictures under common light bulbs. It reduces the reddish tones in a picture. This setting is marked with a light bulb icon. The fluorescent light setting is great for taking pictures under fluorescent lighting. The next setting is the flash setting. Use this setting when using the built-in or an external flash unit. The next icon is the custom white balance option. Use this setting when you want to manually set the white balance for a specific light source for better accuracy. This is done by taking a picture of a white card or object and then selecting the image for the camera's electronics to reference. An 18% gray card, which can be purchased at your local camera store, will give you the most accurate results. You can also use a white card, an object like a shirt, or a piece of paper to achieve similar results. To set a custom white balance, the plain white object should fill the frame, including the spot metering circle. Focus manually and set the standard exposure for the white object, then take the picture. The next step will be to import the white balance data. Under the second camera setting tab in the menu, select the custom white balance option and then press set. The set screen will appear. Use the cross keys to select the image of the white card or object and then press the set button. The dialog screen will appear. Select OK, and the data from the white in the picture will be imported. Now press the WB button. Look at the LCD panel and select the custom white balance option and press set. Now that you have some background on how the white balance is determined by color temperature, try to choose a value that will work with your situation. With an accurate custom white balance, you'll get better color results when you take pictures. Be aware that custom white balance settings are not a one-size-fits-all solution. These settings are very specific to each lighting situation. You should reset the custom white balance every time the lighting conditions change.